What do you say? What do you know? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to continue working on this rad V here, the E-Vee-H, if you will. Last time we spoke upon this, we were spraying, it was from the Montana Gold line. It was a white, I think it was pure white or something like that. The can was caca. It was a bad can. So I've used the same primer with the same line of paint from Montana for years without issue. But we've gotten it managed. I took it down with a 220 on a low speed, little palm sander thing, little spinny mix spinner thing. It has left behind kind of like a skin texture. It's bizarre. You can't feel it. And I did try to take a couple pictures, but because it's so stark white, you know, the camera was having a hard time picking up on it. And I don't really think it's that important. I mean, there's spots where there's no paint, but the red should cover that stuff up. And it's going to be gravy, baby. So as you can see, I've already started taping. I love the contrast of the white with all the red and everything. And I'm sure you can notice it's not perfectly centered all the way around, but whatever, I don't care. So whenever you do a tape job, you gotta understand this tape went from here all the way around to here. And I don't care how good you are with tape, you're going to have lift right here if it's one large piece. Doesn't matter how well you secure this and keep going. For some reason, there's a phenomenon where it will always lift in a crook like this, or a cruck, or whatever you want to call this this gash. So I just let it happen. I cut the tape down the middle, peel them both back up, and then one at a time secure them. And then we'll worry about the gap afterwards, if we even worry about it at all. I want to go more 5150. I want to go more 5150, but there will be hints of Frankenstrat in this as well. I do have the 71 quarter. I always have a 71 quarter in my wallet. And I have since I've known about that on the guitar. But this is going to be my guide. And we're not going to go exact on this. I feel that if we just mimic the main few lines. When you look at a guitar someone paints in this style, instantly you can tell whether or not it was influenced by a specific guitar, or it was just someone using the idea and doing their own thing. You know, there are some guitars you look at and like, wow, that's way off, but it still looks cool, you know. And other ones where you're like, okay, I see what this guy was doing. He went with the basic DNA of the original, but then went off on their own. That's what I'm planning on doing. So I think the white lines here we're going to mimic. The black lines we're going to do our best. I mean, the shapes are similar, right? If you're close. No, just kidding, of course. No. If I can pull off the main lines, the rest of it is just going to be whatever. Have a roll of tape that's super thin. I just can't find it. So what we're going to end up doing is cutting some of this down for the real thin lines. This is the red we're using. I know it's got nothing to do with anything close to what Eddie used, but it's a color I enjoy looking at. And it's going to be my guitar. And when we're all said and done, you guys are going to get it. Alright, we'll get the first couple lines on. This tape is garbage. The only thing it's sticking is to itself, and I'm actually kind of worried about the tack of this messing with the finish. I got one piece down, and then the rest of it just would not come up. So we're just going to say goodbye to that. I did touch it with my shirt first to get rid of some of the tack, because you can definitely tell how strong it was. But we'll see what ends up happening here. I'm kind of nervous about it, but you know what? Que sera, sera. So what I ended up doing was just taking this tape and cutting it down to size. You can see where I joined the two pieces. And the little pieces on the edges, I just started using those to do the thing. And I think from here is where we're just going to kind of use our imagination. As far as the back is concerned, I don't think I'm even going to care what it looks like. I'm just going to kind of do it. Alright, for better or for worse, this is the design I am going with. And the magic of this is actually peeling the tape off afterwards, you know. But for the most part, I'm happy with this. I think I was very reserved. You can go crazy putting lines on here, and it would just be too much, honestly. I tried to intersect as many lines as I could with what I'm calling the center. This is the ground of all of it. The back, didn't even look at any photos. I just kind of used the tape I had on the cutting mat, plus just the full strength size tape of whatever this is, and just kind of went for it, you know. Nothing crazy. No one's really going to see it that often. Nor do I really truly care. I did want to stop this line here at this curve. I don't know why. I've just been stuck on that whole idea. And I just wanted to make sure, and I will have to clean this up a little bit more, but just wanted to make sure it was nice and crisp. The rest of it can go however it wants to go. So now, I'm going to take it up to the attic. You've seen people spray paint. Next time you see this, it should be mostly red. Tape should be removed. And we'll mock it up. I'll get the pickups and the rings out, and we'll have a look at what that looks like. The bridge has been yet to be determined, though, so. All right, we're gonna let that dry for a little bit. I'll come back up here and hit it with another couple of coats. Then we'll peel the tape. The wonderful thing about that nozzle is you don't have to tip your can sideways. If you do it right, you can just keep going up and down right here. And getting into these little tough spots down here. It's coming along. I'm digging it.